In recent years, football has introduced various technologies to help improve refereeing decisions in the games. First, we had goal line technology, then video assistant referees or VAR was introduced, and now at the 2022 Qatar World Cup, we've seen technology that is helping referees make offside calls. This is just the latest addition into a growing portfolio of technology to assist refereeing. Now, in theory, perfect. We can have better refereeing decisions in game, helping fairer play and results. But it's not exactly worked out like that. There is definitely contrasting decisions, especially when it comes to VAR, on whether it's beneficial or detrimental to the game. But I'm going to talk about why I think all football technology is needed and why it's a good thing for football. So let's start with goal line technology. Goal line technology uses various cameras placed around the stadium to assess whether the entire ball has crossed the line. Goal line technology helps prevent famous incidents such as Lampard's disallowed goal versus Germany in the 2010 World Cup.
Here's Milner. Defoe looking for room. Lampard! Did it go in? No, say the officials. Over the line or not? Yes, most definitely. It's well over.
In instances like this, goal line technology sends a signal to the referee's watch within 1 second if the ball has crossed the line. If no signal is received, it didn't cross. I think it's fair to say that goal line technology is the least controversial of any technology. The only time, from my understanding, that when there's been any problem with it is when somebody forgot to turn it on in the Premier League. Aside from that, I don't think anyone is complaining about goal line technology. I believe that 99%, if not 100% of people are in favor of goal line technology. Where the line starts to get a bit grayer is when we come to VAR. How VAR works is that there's a team of officials sat in a room at the stadium who review footage from certain aspects of the game, such as goals, red cards, and penalty decisions. For some situations, such as offsides or fouls leading to goals, the video assistant referees make a decision on the spot, communicate that to the ref in the pitch, and he announces the decision, either a goal or offside or whatever. For others, the VAR team might review a decision that the referee has made and offer him a second chance to look at it on an on-screen monitor, where he can go, review, and determine whether he's made the correct decision or reverse his decision and give another outcome, such as changing a yellow card to a red card. Just an interesting side note, the Qatar World Cup was the first time ever since VAR was introduced a few years ago that I've seen a referee go to the screen on the pitch and stick with his decision. At this point, when the ref goes to the monitor, the crowd cheers so much because they know he's going to change his decision. VAR has had a lot of praise, but it's also come under a lot of criticism for decisions and moments such as this.
Reckless talk, but I got expensive habits. Don't step in suit. I'm a real one, check my fabric. Hey, I said reckless talk, but I got expensive habits. Don't step in suit. I'm a real one, check my fabric.
Another reason why some people don't like VAR is that it slows down the game. In certain situations, the referee will have to wait a couple of minutes for the team of officials to make a decision based on the footage. He may also go to the screen, as I said, which wastes more time. I think the main reason that people don't like VAR is offside calls. Because VAR can slow down and stop footage to a single frame when the pass is made, decisions can be made based on millimeters rather than the instant a linesman has to throw up his flag, which can be done just based on eyesight. A lot of people have had a problem with this, not only because it might, make a player offside by the hair on his forearm, but also because certain decisions are not made from the same point. So is it only the shoulder can be offside? Can your hand be offside? Can your hair be offside? The decisions are not fair. Now, during the Qatar World Cup this year, they've got a new technology, which is semi-automatic offside technology. Much like goal line technology, this will help in an instant determine whether a player was offside or not.
A sensor in the center of the ball sends inertial data 500 times per second, allowing a more precise detection of the kick point compared to conventional broadcasts and optical tracking, which are limited to 50 frames per second. In addition, 12 dedicated tracking cameras mounted underneath the roof of each stadium track the ball and 29 points on the body of each individual player 50 times per second, calculating their exact position on the pitch. The 29 points include all limbs and extremities that are relevant for offside calls, allowing the team in the video operation room to know the exact position of a player at any given moment. For improved communication to the fans after the offside decision has been confirmed by the referee, a replay animation is created and shown in the stadium and on TV. This replay animation is created using the exact same limb tracking data and kick point information used by the video match officials for the decision.
This has provided a really interesting insight into the future of football technology and where we're going next. And now I'm going to explain why, despite the shortcomings, all of this is good for football, as well as what the actual problem is. As I mentioned earlier, goal line technology, I don't think anybody has a problem with it. So far, aside from when it's not been turned on, it's worked perfectly. I think there's a couple of reasons for this. Firstly, it's instant, it's within a second, so the fans aren't disappointed and a decision can be made straight away. And second, it's black or white. You get to see from the recreated animation the ball is either completely within the goal or it's not. And whether it be by millimeters or not, I think fans are happy to accept that this is just the case. It's either in the goal or it isn't. Now personally, with this semi-automatic offside technology, I think we're heading in a great direction. I think it's very similar to goal line technology, because what it does is, in an instant, provide the referee with certainty as to whether a player was offside or not based on the data provided. As you can see from the animation, I think it also provides a solution to one that has plagued the VAR decisions of the past, which is where the body part actually ends. Now what I mean by this is, when a ball is in a goal, there's a very clearly defined outline to a ball, so it's either in the goal or it isn't. Whereas when you're talking about a shoulder and you're measuring it off VAR, which is zoomed in and can be slightly pixelated, they're doing it off, just regular TV cameras. Where does a player's shoulder end? If his shoulder is offside, is it offside to here? Is it offside to here? Is it offside to the center of the shoulder? Is it the start of the shoulder? Now, when a player's in motion, this can make decisions so much more difficult. Where do you take the offside decision from? I think fans would be more happy to accept the millimetric offside decisions if it was clearly black or white, like it is being helped to be by this semi-automatic offside technology. I think VAR, the referees are still making the decision by eye. They're dragging their trackers around. It's very difficult when a player is in motion to determine the exact point where the body part is. With these tracking cameras, it's going to be much more easy. So I think we're heading in the right direction with this semi-automatic offside technology. Now let me explain the problem with VAR. The problem with VAR is not the technology. The problem with the VAR is the referees. Now let me explain what I mean. I'm not blaming the referees. I think they all do a fantastic job. What I'm saying is that VAR is not a black or white technology. Though you have a more accurate reference point as a referee when you can slow down situations or stop at a certain frame, even just being able to re-see the incident rather than having to view it in an instant on the pitch is all good. The problem is that you're still making the decision by eye. There is still a human making that decision, and decisions differ between referees. Some referees are more lenient, some are stricter. These are all human qualities which goal line technology and now semi-automatic offside technology don't possess. They are a black or white situation. So that's why we see such a varying array of decisions in similar situations, whether it be a bad tackle, one gets a red card and one doesn't, or an offside call where one person's shoulder is offside and one isn't because they've measured it from, an inch further back. This is all still being done by eye. It's still being processed through human brains, and that is the problem with VAR. So the humans are what's wrong with VAR. Well then how do we fix it? Well, it's very interesting. Personally, in the short term, I think we don't. I think you have to accept that for years, football has had a human referee. That will still continue with VAR for the meantime. In the future, who knows what kind of technology will come up? Maybe they'll be able to have perfect technology in the future. We don't know. The reason we have to praise technology is because at least this way, the referee has a chance to make a more informed decision and one that he thinks is correct. And I think all of this is good for football. Though we have to accept that some decisions are controversial, human-made, and will be wrong, the ones that we can address now have been addressed, and I think we're going in the right direction. Football is still football. We don't want to change that just for technology. But what do you think? Tell me in the comments below. What do you think of football technology? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you hate me? If you want to become a G, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time.
Back up on my feet and now I'm walking the right track. Ignoring internals, red flag and no right back. I walk a booking, eyes peeled and looking. Double 60 in the whip, it's too late if the white flash the light.